9 News at noon starts right now.
Today, 2 families are out of their homes after a fire engulfed their properties last night, but they still don't know how it started. Thanks for joining me at noon. I'm Lauren Scafidi. The fire happened near West 80th Avenue and Sheridan Boulevard. This is what the scene looked like around 6 last night. You can see flames and a lot of smoke coming from their homes. Westminster Fire says it started at one home and then spread to the other. The department says they also found a couple of burned cars and dead cats. Excel crews were on scene working with first responders to make sure their natural gas services were operating safely. Investigators told us they originally got several 911 calls reporting an explosion, but then again, they are still looking into the cause. This is one of 3 home fires Westminster Fire has responded to in the last week. After months of discussion, today, the Douglas County School District Board will finally have the chance to vote on which schools it will consolidate next year. The district is proposing 6 elementary schools consolidate into 3 because of declining enrollment and growth of other parts of Douglas County. If the board approves the proposed consolidations for Saddle Ranch Elementary, Heritage Elementary, and Acres Green Elementary, students who go there now would be sent to other schools in Douglas County. The board will hold a vote today. That meeting is set to start at 5 tonight. After 2 weeks, kids at Weld County's Gilton Elementary are finally back in their own building today. They had to go to a different school while crews cleaned up an oil and gas spill from a nearby Chevron well. It also forced evacuations of dozens of homes. While the school was just outside of that evacuation zone, it still needed to be cleaned up. This morning, the Adams County District Attorney has filed charges against a man accused of a shooting that was caught on camera at a gas station in Aurora. Police say 18-year-old Mark Jackson was involved in that shooting, which injured another 18-year-old earlier this month. Investigators say the victim was a part of a group filming a music video when someone in a white SUV fired multiple shots in their direction. Now, Jackson faces 6 different charges, including attempted murder. The Boulder County Sheriff's Office is looking for a suspect they say ran over a deputy's foot yesterday. The Sheriff's Office says deputies responding to a theft report in Superior when one deputy approached the suspect's car. That's when officials say the driver took off and ran over the deputy's foot in the process. Deputies did pursue the car, but they called it off at Highway 36. Officials say the deputy will make a full recovery. Joseph Koenig, who's on trial in the rock-throwing death of Alexa Bartell, will not testify. Koenig made that announcement this morning before his attorneys began their case. Koenig faces a first-degree murder charge and 18 other criminal counts in Bartell's death. That was back in April of 2023. She was driving on Indiana Street when a 9-pound rock thrown from an oncoming pickup smashed through her windshield and killed her. Koenig and his co-defendants were all 18 years old that night. Koenig's lawyers have called an expert in adolescent brain development for their first witness, who described the difference in thinking between young people and adults.
The first is that, in general, adolescents are more impulsive than adults. The second is that, in general, compared to adults, adolescents tend to be focused more on the potential rewards of a decision than on the potential costs. The third is that, compared to adults, adolescents tend to focus on the short term, the immediate, and are less likely to focus on the future consequences of their decisions.
Kevin Vaughn from 9 News Investigates is in court and will have much more on 9 News at 5 p.m. Here is a live look outside our 9 News station. Boy, oh boy, we are in for some nice weather today. Joining me now is Keely Chalmers with our 9 News Weather Impact team. Keely, I feel like we really deserve this weather after the weekend that we just had.
Yeah, beautiful blue skies. Just a slight chance we could see some sprinkles today. We are entering a very spring-like weather pattern, however, so that does mean thunderstorms returning to our forecast for this week, but gorgeous outside right now. We're at 69 degrees outside the 9 News studios. Winds out of the west-southwest right around 4 miles per hour, so much lighter winds today as well. We'll call it partly cloudy, sunshine early, increasing clouds in the afternoon, and temperatures topping out right around 72. So that is 10 degrees warmer than our normal for this time of the year. Live radar, really just a little bit of precipitation moving through from the west to the east. east, and that snow level about 9,000 feet. So anything above that is in the form of snow. But you can see, yeah, we're going to have some clouds moving through the afternoon. We'll top out between about 3 and 4 for our high, 72 degrees, and then we're back down in the 60s at 6 o'clock. Mainly dry, although a slight chance we could see a passing shower, isolated showers, isolated storms in the forecast for tomorrow. And we do have that active weather pattern, lots of cloud showers as we have a moisture-packed system moving towards Colorado. How it will impact us here in the metro area and foothills and mountains coming up in your complete forecast in just a bit.
Thank you so much, Keely. This is a live look at St. Peter's Square, where the faithful continue to mourn Pope Francis's death. A few hours ago, we learned that the Cardinals scheduled his funeral for this Saturday at 10 a.m. We're also getting a first look at the video of the body of Pope Francis displayed in his coffin. Breaking from tradition once again, he has chosen to be buried in a simple wooden coffin. The 88-year-old's death came just a day after greeting supporters to celebrate Easter. Vatican officials say he suffered a stroke that prompted irreversible heart failure. It comes after a 5-week stay in the hospital with pneumonia in February and March. The conclave to choose a new pope would come in 2 weeks at the beginning of May. 135 cardinals will be sealed inside the Sistine Chapel to debate and vote on a replacement. Pope Francis named more than 100 of those cardinals. After day 1, they'll cast 4 rounds of secret ballots every day until one name receives a 2/3 majority. Once a new pope is chosen, there will be white smoke from the chapel's chimney and will be introduced from the balcony over St. Peter's Square.